Hi all, welcome to my channel. I am Matt, this is Matt's Mods, and today guys we are going to be doing our Lancaster bomber build. So we are going to do issue 88 of Build a Lancaster Bomber, and I am not going to kid you, this is a long issue to do today. We're doing various things, including putting fuselage frames on and rear gun turrets and yeah, all kinds of different things happening in today's issue. Do not know how long the video is going to be, but by the end of it, we should have a pretty neat aircraft by the looks of it. It does look really nice by the end of this. Got loads of pieces to put on though that we've been saving up, and other bits that we've got today, and an absolute ton of screws. And I'll go through all the screws when we get over there, because I haven't seen a lot of screws like that in a long time. Probably since the Ecto 1, if you remember, that used to have quite a few screws in it. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one today. Anyway, let's get started. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so let's get started today. So I'm going to go through the screws first of all. So today we've got AMs, HMs, GMs, LMs, BP, DP, FP and LP. So yeah, like 8 different screws, unfortunately. So tail turret, let's get started. So we've got some photo etch to actually do first of all. So if I grab these pieces here, it wants us to bend these up. So I'm going to use my duck builder pliers, get it on the line and fold. And then on the other side, get it on the line and this is a bit more difficult, but fold. Okay, so gone and done that bit. We'll do the next on the this bit. So same again. So line it up, fold, line it up and fold. Okay, then we need to do some folds on this. So this is going to go at a little bit of an angle, so like that and like that, then again fold it like that. Okay, so that's our first bit of photo etch done. Right, so next what I need to do is I'm going to just sort of change cameras and bring across the fuselage that we've been working on. So I will be back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I have our fuselage here. Now, the first thing it's asking us to do is to put in 3 LM screws. So I'm just going to get one lined up on my screwdriver, dip it in some 3-in-1 oil. These are going in just here. Oh, something's fallen off, I'll have to put that back on, it's no problem. I'll do that once I've done these LM screws. It's the only problem, you just risk something falling off. I don't know why we haven't put these in sooner. I mean, we've had this for a long time. So it's a bit strange that we haven't put these in sooner. Okay, so they're in. Now I just need to figure out where that has come from. I think it's just come from just down there. I can sort of see something. So I get some tweezers and glue that back on. Luckily I've got some glue out already. Right, that's back in. Okay, so I'm going to stay with the top camera, just tidy up slightly, because we now want to put the frame on. So we're going to start with this side first of all. So this is going to go on. Nope, not that side, this side. My bad. So this is going to go on. Make sure these wires are positioned correctly. Something else has just fallen off. One of the parachutes. Where's that fallen off from? I believe from there. Okay, let's glue that back on. This is just going to probably be a recurring thing today. Right, there's something else I need to fix as well. No, that does not go in there. Where does that come from? Oh, it's come from, it's not even going on there. I've noticed that's come off as well. Right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera, get all these bits sorted, try and get it onto the frame, and then come back when we need to put the screws in. So I'll just pause right now, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, guys, so I've got this positioned. It is not easy. I am going to tell you now. You need to make sure that the wires are going in the right place and everything. So, but it's on. Right, so we need to put in 3 GM screws. Now, I've already got one started off here because I needed to in order to position the frame in, even though that's gone in at an angle. Okay, it's kind of in, but I'm not, too happy with it. Let's tie another 2 GM screws. So you really have to sort of push with the GM screws to get them in to catch, because they're short screws. I think they should have really used something longer, but it is what it is. And this one on this side don't want to go in at all. Don't know why. I've got it now. Right, okay, they're not the best screws in the world to go into this, to be perfectly honest with you. But they're in. Okay. Next, it wants us to turn the assembly over. Now, I want to be careful that I'm not knocking the pilot seat, so I'm just going to put something underneath like that, because we've got another cable to run through. So this is going to run through right, it says on the underside Yeah, that's easier said than done, isn't it? Carefully turn the assembly on its side and take the cable 881 labelled U, position the LED beneath the tailplane walkway. Right, so take this bit of tape off. It can't really be threaded anywhere. Right, try and nip it under this bit of tape we've got holding wires down. Right. Okay, so that should be, if we just pull a little bit more through and have it running the other side of this. Right, I'm going to undo one of the screws on this, just so I can put this wire through, like all the others. Then I'll screw it back down. It just tidies it up that way. Okay, so that's tidied up. Then I can run it around there and through to thing, and I can adjust it when we need to. Right, so that's that bit done. Okay, right, next what we need is we need our other bit frame. Okay, so we've got some magnets to put in. So these magnets are going to go in to these slots here. Now I'm thinking gluing these might be a better option, because we've then got to fit this fuselage frame onto the fuselage. So I think gluing them is definitely the better option. And then hopefully this fuselage frame goes on easier than the other, because the other was not easy. They're quite tight in there, to be honest with you. So let's try this one with no glue. Right, may have to use pliers. Right, that's another one in. That one's not too bad. Of course, the magnet that's left wants to join it. Got it. Right, gonna have to open that out a little bit. It does say you might have to do this in the magazine. To get these magnets in. Right, that's in. Oh, it was. Not having the best of it today, guys. Right, it's in. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to attach this framework to the fuselage. I am not looking forward to this one bit. So just checking that all my wires are not going to get in the way. Nope, nope. Right, okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this on. Let's see if we can get this on and do it on camera. Right, so here we go. Right, now it's on to a degree, but there are certain points that need to line up and possibly glued. So you see these bits here, they need to be sort of lined up and glued. So what I think I'll do is we'll do that off camera and then come back and show you what it's like. I think that's going to be the best option. But basically, we just need to line up these areas at the back here with the pegs and make sure that they're all secure in there. But I think that's going to take its time. So I think the best thing to do is to do this off camera, get it right, and then come back and I'll show you guys. So I will be back very soon.
Eventually.
Okay, so got it all in. It was not easy, but it's in. Right, so we need to secure this in now. So we need 7 DP screws. Obviously leaving one spare, that should be 7. Get our screwdriver and let's get these in. Now these are going to go in the top. PH1 only just gets in there, but we're getting in there. And this will tie up this top piece nicely. Keep going until we have them all in. Now I'm presuming, because we put magnets in, that we'll probably be able to remove the top piece and see what's inside there, which will be really nice to do. I've already put one in there. Yes, I have. Next one is here. One here. Then we've got one down below it once. Okay. Next, we need 2 HM screws. Now they're going to be going in here by either side of the wings. Again, just a bit of 3-in-1 oil to help. Again, they're not very long screws, so they don't take too many turns. Okay, so they are in. Right, so next it wants 2 FP screws, so even smaller, and they're going to go down at the bottom. Right. Again, PH1 can still do it. One in there. One in there. Okay, so they are in place. Right, so next what we need to do is we need this piece next. If we go to the rear here, now it wants this LED bulb to be on the bottom, but we need to move up the 2 guns, basically. Then we're going to put this in place. So just looking how this goes, not too bad. We are securing that in with an AM screw. So this will be for the rear gun turret. Making sure that is tight. Right, okay. Then it wants us to turn this upside down again. This is what it does me when we do this. You know, we've got the pilot seat, it's so brittle. Okay, so we need this part next, And we're going to stick the end of the LED into this bit. I'll try and move that gun out of the way. And this is going to fit. Right, okay. So that goes on there like so. Then we've got a cap to go over it to keep it in place. Now, I'm sure. Right, yeah, I thought so. It sort of fits into a slot on the end, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I got it correct the first time. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so I'll put this cap over it. That's going to keep it in place. And that's been secured in with 2 BP screws. So we are going through most of the screws now. Okay, that's one in there. Let's get the other one lined up on my screwdriver, because I'm obviously having to hold this in my hand. Okay, so that is in. Right, next what we need to do is we're flipping this back over again, because we need this piece next. So how is this going to go? Right, so we need to sort of thread the guns through. So, right, okay, so through there, and then this is onto there, like that. Now we're securing that in with 4 LP screws. Wow, like I said, I haven't gone through this much screws or different types of screws since the Ecto 1. So crazy amount of screws going in. Oh, there's one in there. One in there. One at the top. One in there. Okay, right. Next, it wants this from issue 47. So it's got like 2 notches there. It's going to line up with 2 notches here. So when we do this, we put it in sort of at an angle and then twist it to lock it into place. Right, we need this bit next, which we did at the beginning. Now it just says take the turret frame from step 3, fit it over the rear gun assembly so it holds on the outside of the machine gun, fit into the cylindrical holes in the frame as indicated by the blue arrow. The tabs on the bottom of the frame tuck into the slots in the gun assembly. Right. So I'm just trying to pull these guns in a bit more, because they should be able to move up and down. Okay. Then try and get this thing in. Oh, crikey. Right, let's try and get one side in first. That's one side in. Or at least in position. Now, it doesn't say about gluing this down. Come on, go in the hole, please. Please be nice and go in the hole. I've got one perfectly lined up, but this one just does not want to play ball. Right, I think I got it. Oh. Right, so where on earth does that sit? I really have no clue. Then he just wants us to put the turret over the top, but I'm getting a bit of resistance from one gun here. That's a bit better. Does that just keep it in place, or? Okay, so it does. It keeps it in place. Even though it's very hard to move the guns up and down. Right, so with that next being in place, the next two pieces we need are this piece here and this piece here. Now these go in to here. Now I don't know which way around you want us to put these. Because I presume there's no clear picture, to be honest with you, on this. So it says, fix the cartridge rails 88F and 88H into the openings in the window beneath the guns. These parts can be glued into place. We suggest you use a slow drying acrylic glue so that you can adjust the position before it sets. Right, okay, but which one is F and which one is H? So I believe that's F and that is H. Right, okay. So F is going into here. And H is going into here. Right. So it says really not to use super glue, and I can actually believe it because we have got some clear perspex. So if I go back to the build camera. What I'm actually going to use is some of this ultra glue from Ammo, this stuff. So I'm going to use that instead. This dries clear, so I won't have any problems with it. I just need to get a small enough brush to put it on with. But I pre-warn you, if you're using this glue, it does take a while to set. So be patient with it. So that's one in there. That was nice and easy. A bit on here. Okay. You do not need a lot of this stuff, but it does take a few hours to set. And one in there. Right, I'm happy with that. So, that I believe is all there is to do in this issue. So yeah, we've done the rear turret. Looking very nice. Very, very nice. Fantastic. Yeah, completed work. Coming in next issue, got top camera. We are working on the stand again, so we're back on the stand. But we knew that was going to have to happen eventually anyway, guys. So yeah, just one of them things. But that is issue 88 complete. Well, guys, that was it for issue 88 of the Lancaster. That was very tricky. Not as tricky as the Pirates on the Titanic engine, but that was very, very, yeah, tedious. Getting them frame pieces lined up properly and into place was a bit of a nightmare, but it's done now, it's in, and that is the main thing because, yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. But I'm really happy with the way it looks. It looks absolute treat now. It's on the frame, or the framework is around it. And like I said, brilliant if we're able to take the top off to look inside the aircraft, because yeah, we'll be able to see all that nice detail we put in there. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and be notified of any future videos. As for always, stay safe and bye for now.